How did Joseph save many nations? God did send me before you to preserve life. Genesis 45:5. Joseph's story is not only about personal faith, it is about God's plan to save nations through one obedient man. Joseph saved Egypt, saved Canaan, saved surrounding nations, preserved the messianic bloodline. This makes Joseph one of the greatest instruments of God's salvation in the Old Testament. Section 1. Joseph's call and God's plan. Genesis 37:1. God revealed the future early. Behold, we were binding sheaves in the field. Genesis 37:7. Joseph's dreams were God-given, prophetic, about future authority and provision too. Rejection did not cancel the calling, and they hated him yet the more for his dreams. Genesis 37:8. God often saves many through one rejected servant. Section 2. From pit to prison, God was still working. Joseph was betrayed by brothers, sold into slavery, falsely accused, imprisoned unjustly yet, but the Lord was with Joseph. Genesis 39:21. This suffering was preparation, not punishment. Section 3. God gave Joseph wisdom to interpret dreams. Do not interpretations belong to God? Genesis 42:8. Joseph interpreted butler's dream, baker's dream, Pharaoh's dream. Joseph always gave God the glory, not himself. Section 4. Pharaoh's dream. God warned the world. Genesis 41. Pharaoh dreamed of 7 fat cows, 7 lean cows, 7 full ears of corn, 7 thin ears. Joseph explained, the dream of Pharaoh is one. God hath showed Pharaoh what he is about to do. Genesis 41:25. 7 years of plenty, 7 years of famine. God warned before judgment, a pattern throughout Scripture. Section 5. Joseph's plan saved nations. Genesis 41:33-36. Joseph advised Pharaoh to appoint a wise leader, store grain during plenty, prepare for famine. Pharaoh responded, can we find such a one as this? Is a man in whom the Spirit of God is. Genesis 41:38. Joseph was made governor of Egypt, second only to Pharaoh. Section 6. The famine affected all nations. Genesis 41:56-57. And the famine was over all the face of the earth. Genesis 41:56. And all countries came into Egypt to Joseph for to buy corn. Genesis 41:57. Joseph saved Egypt, Canaan, surrounding nations. This fulfills the title, Joseph saved many nations. Section 7. Joseph saved his family and Israel. Genesis 42:47. Joseph's brothers came to Egypt. Eventually Joseph revealed himself. God did send me before you to preserve life. Genesis 45:5. To save your lives by a great deliverance. Genesis 45:7. This preserved Jacob's family, the nation of Israel, the messianic lineage. Section 8. Joseph's forgiveness completed God's plan. But as for you, ye thought evil against me, but God meant it unto good. Genesis 52:20. Forgiveness healed the family, united the nation, secured future generations. Without forgiveness, the plan collapses. Section 9. Joseph as a type of Christ. Joseph prefigures Jesus. Joseph, Jesus, beloved son, rejected by brothers, rejected by Israel. Sold for silver, suffered unjustly, suffered innocently, exalted to power, exalted to glory, saved many, saved the world, the stone which the builders rejected. Psalm 118:22. Section 10. Why God chose Joseph. Faithful in suffering, humble in success, wise in leadership, forgiving in victory, God-honoring always. God saves nations through character, not charisma. Section 11. Spiritual lessons for today. 20 minutes. God prepares deliverers before Christ. His obedience today saves lives tomorrow. God's delays are not denials. Forgiveness releases God's plan. God uses individuals to bless nations. Section 12. Summary. How Joseph saved many nations. God gave him prophetic insight. God placed him in authority. Joseph prepared during prosperity. He managed resources wisely. He fed the world during famine. He preserved Israel. He forgave those who wronged him. Key verses to close. And Joseph opened all the storehouses and sold unto the Egyptians. Genesis 41:56. God meant it unto good, to save much people alive.